Carnival Cruise Line is having to backtrack some of these changes to pre-cruise testing, and that means that even if you're on a short cruise in the next few months, there's a good chance you're still gonna have to pre-cruise test, even if they said you wouldn't have to. Yeah, stay tuned for that one because it's gonna affect a lot more cruise lines than just Carnival. Plus, we're talking a major new cruise port coming in about a year's time, so get excited for that one. And what do you do if you get off your cruise ship and there's no flights to take you home for like 12 hours? I'm gonna give you a solution to the problem of lugging your bags around a city and what you can do to avoid the boredom while you wait for your flight. Let's roll the intro. Hey, welcome to the Midships channel. I'm your Captain Corey. Thank you so much for stopping by my channel today. And let's get things started with a quick question of the day. This one comes from the History Channel show I watched the other day on YouTube, where they showed the original patent for toilet paper. Yeah, so let me know in the comments below, what way does the toilet paper go on your roll? Over or under? And I'm gonna show you the patent at the end of this episode, and we'll finally have the answer to that lifelong question. Okay, let's jump into the big story of the day, and that's Carnival having to roll back, or maybe a better way is to clarify some of these changes to pre-cruise testing. And just because I'm saying Carnival, this is gonna be a thing for anybody who's rolled back or loosened pre-cruise testing. So if you're a cruiser anywhere, listen up. Now, as you should know, most cruise lines here in the US have started eliminating pre-cruise COVID testing on shorter sailings for the most part. Every major cruise line out of the US has pretty much said that any cruise 5 nights or shorter won't require pre-cruise testing for the vaccinated cruiser. But here's the kicker. Foreign ports have started to change their rules about testing requirements to enter their ports. And as you might recall, when all this kicked off, we already knew of a few places like Canada, Bermuda, and the Cayman Islands that would still require testing. Well, fast forward to today, and I have to be the bearer of bad news to you. The Bahamas has changed their tune now, and they're going to be requiring pre-cruise testing for cruise passengers visiting the following places: Nassau, Freeport, Bimini, Half Moon Cay, and Princess Cay. Basically, any of the private islands there in the Bahamas are included in that list, which, while not officially announced, is likely to also include the following private islands: Perfect Day at Coco Cay, Ocean Cay Marine Reserve, and Great Stirrup Cay. Yeah, all of these private islands for cruise lines can and most likely will be subject to the same entry requirements that you're seeing across the Bahamas. That's a big news story. Now, as previously reported, Carnival's new policy goes into effect August 4th, in like 2 days. Cue Carnival Cruise Line's brand ambassador John Heald, who had to take to Facebook and said the following: "I know this is disappointing news, and it's of course not what Carnival wanted, but it's proof again that we need to abide by the ever-changing rules and requirements of the places that cruises visit." So there you go. Just because Carnival says you don't have to test, it doesn't mean you actually don't have to test for your next cruise. So for those of you that I've seen across multiple Facebook groups saying, "Oh no, I don't know what to do with all these extra tests that I bought," well, you should probably hold on to them because they actually might still be useful for you on another cruise. And I guess if you have a growing mountain of Abbott tests and you want to offload some of them, hit me up in my DMs on Instagram. I can sure use the tests. But there's some good news here because there are still cruises that will not require testing for vaccinated guests under these new policies. And those are basically any cruise that says Western Caribbean or the West Coast down to Mexico. So if you're sailing on the Carnival Valor, Ecstasy, Breeze, Paradise, Freedom, Radiance, or the Miracle, all of those ships are offering Western Caribbean itineraries. And essentially what Western Caribbean means is it's going to stop in a place like Cozumel, Progreso, Costa Maya, Mahogany Bay, Grand Turk, Amber Cove, Key West, and then for West Coast cruises, Ensenada or Catalina. So if your itinerary stops in only those places and it's a short cruise under 5 nights, you're still not going to have to test. So that's the good news. Let me know your thoughts on this ever-changing and confusing topic in the comments below this video. Do you have a cruise booked that actually qualifies to not test? I know I do. Do you want to know about it? Okay, you twisted my arm. I'll tell you about it as soon as I remind you that if you'd like to help support this channel and get something amazing for your next cruise, why don't you follow the Amazon affiliate link in the description below this video, or there's one up here. Oh, wait, that's something you can get on the affiliate link. Like I said, there's a link down below. Now, I've got 4 or 5 cruises booked right now that I haven't told you about yet. And I'm gonna let you in on the first one that you don't know about, and it's gonna be aboard the Carnival Valor. I'm taking a 5-night Western Caribbean itinerary on September 5th on board the Valor. It sails from New Orleans, Louisiana, and of course I'll take you along with me. My camera is coming along. And speaking of my camera, check this thing out. This big old thing is called a crane style gimbal, and it's gonna up our production quality a lot here on the channel. You've probably seen some of my vlogs that have started to be released, and yeah, I'm a little shaky handed. I don't know what it is, but my hands aren't all that still. But this crazy confusing thing should hold that big production camera and give us some smooth shots. Okay, there's a brand new cruise port to talk about, and it's coming to the Dominican Republic. It's likely they'll become a household name too, kind of like Half Moon Cay or Perfect Day. The port we're gonna talk about is called Cabo Rojo. I think that means Red Beach in Spanish. It's coming to the Dominican Republic, and it's set to open near the end of next year. It's gonna be a massive port that can accommodate up to 4 ships, with 2 of them being extra large size ships. This $126 million port is going to be filled with some seriously cool things to do. And it should be, because Cabo Rojo has self-proclaimed that it intends to become the largest cruise destination in the Caribbean, rivaling and dwarfing the likes of Amber Cove, Puerto Plata, and Punta Cana. So what does Cabo Rojo look like right now? Well, it's a big pile of dirt, as you can see here. But once complete, this new Puerto Cabo Rojo cruise port will be able to handle over 1 million passengers every single year. And what can you expect inside this new port? Well, entertainment, shopping, a spa, a beach area, and a water park. Now, there's no word on what some of these things will cost. However, it would be shocking if they didn't follow in the footsteps of other ports like Costa Maya and at least make the beach and the pool complex area complimentary for cruisers, which would be very welcome indeed. I know a lot of cruisers that just want to be able to get off the ship, relax right there near the port, not have to worry about paying to go for shore excursions or for drives to the beach. People just want to walk off and have a free beach and a free pool with dining and entertainment and shopping right there in port. All right, let me paint you a picture. You've just gotten off a fantastic Alaska cruise, and it's like 10 o'clock in the morning, and your flight doesn't leave until like 10 o'clock at night. Surely I'm not giving you a personal example of what's about to happen to me in 2 weeks. Okay, maybe I am. Anyways, we're going somewhere with this. This is a problem that cruisers face because, let's face it, airfare is expensive, and there's no reason to spend $500 just so you can get home like 5 or 6 hours earlier when you could save hundreds, right? But of course, that leaves you in kind of a conundrum. How do you occupy yourself without being completely annoyed by having to drag your luggage around a city with you instead of just sitting at the airport being bored? Enter luggage storage networks. Yeah, there's places that have contracted with local hotels or transportation authorities or places like Amtrak that will let you book ahead of time a place to store your luggage for a few hours' time. And most of them are very affordable. Take, for instance, I searched on the website Stasher to store my bag in Seattle for just a day. It costs under $6, and the place I'm gonna book at, it's only a few blocks away from a very popular location called Pike's Marketplace and a short drive to the Space Needle. Other companies offering luggage storage networks include Verto. I don't know why they would call themselves a tow, but they did. Luggage Hero, Nanny Bag, Knock Knock City, and the aforementioned Stasher, which seems to be one of the more fleshed out options at least in my opinion. So these luggage storage networks seem to provide the ultimate way to extend your cruise vacation for only a few bucks and give you the ultimate inconvenience of not having to lug around your dirty clothes in your suitcases all day while you explore the port city before you fly away. If information, news, and tips like that are helpful to you and you'd like to see more of it, I'd invite you to subscribe to this channel here, and we'll definitely be getting more and more tips just like that. I might even show you how that works coming up in Alaska. So if you made it this far into today's episode, thank you so very much for watching until the... Wait, it's not the end. I promised you a peek at the original toilet paper patent. So, drum roll please for our over or under audiences. One of you is gonna be a little bit salty with me. So here it is, the original 1891 patent for toilet paper submitted by inventor Seth Wheeler. And you can see quite clearly the illustration shows the over arrangement for the toilet paper roll. But regardless of which direction you choose to hang your toilet paper, I'm so glad you've chosen to have a clean behind while you watch this channel. Thank you so much for stopping by today, and until next time, we'll see ya on the Midships. We've got something to talk about. Somewhere along the way on one of these cruises I've taken, my debit card number was stolen, and I just had to call in and get all kinds of things, all kinds of charges taken off. So make sure, top tip, like I always say, don't just travel with one card. Make sure you take at least a credit and a debit card, or 2 credit cards or 2 debit cards with you when you're leaving on these cruises, because you never know when you're gonna have to call and cancel because something like that happened. Ay, 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 as they say. Hey, thanks so much. We'll see you tomorrow.